Your Honor, we're here today because I'm suing them for $400, which was the deposit fee to enter an intramural co-ed hockey team. I feel like I was unjustly kicked off the team, and they weren't offering me a refund.
Okay, let me get to these co-defendants. Ms. Wright, Mr. Alvarez, what's the relationship between you two?
We are co-captains on the team.
Okay.
I do the administrative, he does the recruiting, and we're also a couple.
Oh, so you're romantically involved and you're working together
Yes.
on this particular adult co-ed hockey team?
Yes.
Okay, now is it true that this young man gave you the participation fee, $400?
Yes.
Okay, and you recruited him, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so how does he end up getting kicked off the team?
Oh, he's in violation of the team contract.
So tell me a little bit about the contract.
So
Do you
the
have a
first-
copy of this contract?
I do.
Excellent. Go ahead and proffer that to my bailiff, ma'am. Just give everything to him.
Thank you.
Okay. Love it when people bring the evidence to court. Boy, it makes my job easier. Okay. So let me take a look, see here. This is the Denver co-ed hockey team player contract, black and white. Nice. I do see a signature here from you, Mr. Burns. You
Yes.
recall this?
Yes.
So let's see what it's talking about. You've got to respect the boundaries on and off the ice. That all looks reasonable. Now, something else that you agreed to is having an advanced skill set. You've got to be proficient in the skating, the puck handling. I mean, you know, hockey. Y'all have all seen hockey. It's a violent sport. People lose their whole grill in hockey. That's why it's not for me. Teeth are important. All right. So anyway, so you require your players to have a high level of competence.
Yes.
Now, this is what I need to see. Termination clause. So this tells me exactly how and why a player would be terminated from the team. Outlines here that the team captain reserves the right, that would be you two, to terminate this contract or remove a player for any violation of the terms and conditions outlined in this contract. Okay. Which one did he break?
He broke two. The first being that he did not possess an advanced skill set, which is required. We are a competitive team. Everybody on the team is of a certain level. We go to tournaments. And when he showed up to our first practice, he could not stand on his skates. He was falling. He could not pass to open players.
You might as well have just recruited Elijah then. Okay.
Yeah, Your Honor, when I first met him, he went on and on about how good of a player he was and that he played for many years.
Where did you meet him, Mr. Alvarez? Where did you two meet?
We met at the ice rink where we hold our practices.
Well, here's my question, though. So you watch him skate, and he must have been decent if you approached him to recruit him.
Right.
So then where did it go wrong from there?
Well, he failed to mention that he hadn't played in 5 years. So when he actually got to practice, he was falling over half the time. It kind of seemed like he didn't know what he was doing.
When it came to the game of hockey.
Correct.
You said it was two things, ma'am. What was the other violation?
The other was a disrespect of boundaries, and that was in relation to myself. Yeah, unfortunately, I met Brian, and he seems like a, nice person because, well, as I mentioned, Tony does the recruiting. And at practice, I could feel, the first practice we had, him staring at me a little bit, and I didn't think much of it. And when I got home later that night, I received a text message. You have the text messages in the folder, asking me to go out and commenting about my appearance. And I told him I'm dating Tony, which, to be fair, he didn't know that. We keep it quite separate.
Sure.
And he respectfully said, I'm sorry, and then the next day the text continued.
Oh, okay, so let's read these messages. He says, "Hi, Callie. I think you're gorgeous and would love to take you out. Ooh. Been thinking about you." You say, "Hey, Brian, sorry, I thought you knew Tony and I are dating." So this is where you put him on notice. He says, "Oh, so sorry, I didn't know. He's a lucky guy, the luckiest." Then this looks like to be the next day.
Yes.
"Hey, just checking on you. I saw you and Tony got into an argument today after practice. Is everything okay?" Now, we all know that line. Okay. Then you left him on red. He says, "Hello, hello." He's giving Lionel Richie. Okay. I take it you're all good. Good night. Mr. Burns, why are you still communicating with this woman at this point?
Well, the follow-up texts were, like, when I go into "Are you okay?" that was genuinely out of concern because I saw them get into like a kind of a big scuffle where their voices were loud.
Right.
and I just wanted to be a helping hand.
Now, at first, when I heard the reason why he got kicked off, I thought to myself, who loses their ability to skate and just not skating for 5 years? I mean, it's kind of like riding a bike. You never forget how to do it. Sure, you might be rusty, but I feel like usually you should be able to skate. So I don't know if this guy had any skating capabilities, to be honest with you. When it came to texting her about, hey, I'd like to take you out on a date, to be honest with you, I was on his side because he didn't know. And she shared with him and said, hey, I'm actually dating, the other captain. And a normal person would have been like, oops, my bad, so sorry. But what I don't understand, and this is where he loses me, is when he decided to continue prying into their relationship. So he was watching a close eye on whether or not they were in arguments or having a scuffle, and he decided to be like the classic knight in shining armor, showing up and saying, hey, do you need someone I'll be your friend? And he's just laying the breadcrumbs for himself to get involved. I feel like this guy absolutely has every right to be kicked off the team, in my opinion, thus far. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Do you think that he deserves to be kicked off the team, or do you think that he deserves his money?
Mr. Burns, why is their scuffle any of your business?
So I've had, friends and couples who have gone into these altercations, and I don't know them too well even, and I still reach out and say, hey, look, if you need to talk about this or that, I know it's hard to bring up.
And has that gone well for you, getting in other folks' business like that?
Well, I feel like it served as like a good Samaritan thing, because there's some moments where people wouldn't go out and talk about these kinds of things, but they would if you were the first one to jump and say like, hey, are you okay?
We're going to put a pin in that. Okay, so let's get back to, because of these two violations of your contract, which the court acknowledges the plaintiff did sign, you asked him to leave the team. Now, who actually asked him to leave the team?
I did. I made the call.
Okay, and what
I called
did you
him
say?
and told him that he was in violation of the contract, and he requested a refund, but as stated in the contract...
Let me go back to the contract. Hold on now, Mr. Alvarez. Termination of this contract may also occur to other factors. In such cases, this is key, any fees or dues paid by the player shall be non-refundable. And then it's signed and dated by both parties. Okay, so you
Correct.
told him that?
Yes.
And then what did he say?
He pretty much ignored what I said and said he wanted his money back or he's going to see us in court.
Oh, wow. And so that's what brings us here today.
Right.
Yes.
This is you asking for your refund.
Yes.
Now, honestly tell this court, sir, are you up to par?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So
The-
why are they saying such different things?
Just the fact that they're judging me off of the first two practices, look, I'll admit, I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't played for a few years.
Is that true? 5 years? Have you been out of practice for 5 years?
Yes.
Let the court find this out, ma'am. Had it just been the skill set level, had he not interfered with this boundary with you and your relationship and your comfort level, would this young man still be on the team?
I mean, yes, but also he's just not up to par with our team. He can't play with our team in general. It's like, it looked like freshman tryouts. He's a beginner compared to my team.
Compared to your team, okay. And how many tournaments do you have in a season? Like, per this $400, what does a full experience look like?
2 practices per week, 8 tournaments, 8 games.
Okay.
The fee, actually, it covers food, it covers hydration drinks, jerseys, equipment, which we did purchase for him, and
Yep.
he used for those 2 practices.
Okay. So there's still a jersey somewhere with his number on it?
Yes.
Yes.
That you guys paid for?
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying that but for his own actions, he would still be a part of the team today, he would be at practice twice a week with the rest of your team?
Yep.
Now that brings us back to this. Why do you feel that you are owed a refund when you know you signed a document that says for any reason, if you're kicked off the team, it's non-refundable?
Because I feel like I didn't breach that contract. I feel like it's
You don't think you
unjust.
made this woman uncomfortable?
No, I had no intent of any advances. After she told me she was dating Tony, I respected that and backed off.
Backed off so much that the very next day you're talking about how you doing.
Right, well, it wasn't how are you doing, it was more or less, are you okay?
Okay, now what's the difference between those two statements? Okay.
It was a hey with like 6
It actually
Ys.
says just checking on you. Said another way, how you doing?
Right,
okay.
well, isn't the line below that talking about how there was an argument?
Yeah, that's you being messy and nosy, Mr. Burns. That's exactly my point.
So I have a problem with this because I think that they have every right to kick him off, I guess, for whatever reason, in some way, shape, or form. But I do think that he makes a good point on, I'm not really sure if I'm really breaching contract, because I don't think there's anywhere in the contract that says that you can't text the person for any reason. Now, when he was checking in on you, and I saw there was an argument, is that annoying? Yes. Is that the wrong thing to do? Yes. Is he trying to kind of pry himself into this relationship? Absolutely. But when it comes to an argument on whether or not he's breaching contract, I feel like there's a gray area here, and I think that he's actually not breaching contract. I think that he actually is making a good point that he wasn't really breaching contract. Now, she's assuming that he's trying to, we all know what he's trying to do, but he could argue within a reasonable doubt that he might have actually been texting in a genuine manner. We all know he wasn't, but to be honest with you, from a legal standpoint, I think he could argue that. What do you guys think?
You're meddling in two grown people's romantic relationship after this woman has told you very nicely that they are together and leave her alone. Is this resonating with you, Mr.
Yeah,
Burns?
that does.
Okay, good, because I want you to stay out of
of
grown folks' business. Okay, I'm ready to make my ruling. Here's the thing, Mr. Burns. I actually believe that you believe in this Good Samaritan role. I think you believe that. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Burns. If I stepped on your toe with my 5-inch stiletto heel that I'm wearing right now, does that hurt your toe?
Yeah, well...
Now, what happens when I say, but Mr. Burns, I didn't mean to step on your toe. Does that make your toe stop hurting?
No.
Okay. So what you just proved to me that you do understand, Mr. Burns, is that there is a distinction between intention and impact. So while the court finds that you had no egregious intent, I believe you, Mr. Burns, you did have traumatic impact to this woman. You made her uncomfortable. I can even see in the courtroom today, she's really not comfortable even being this close to you. She can barely look at you, okay? So moving forward in life, Mr. Burns, I want you to respect people's space, people's boundaries. And when anybody, but particularly a woman, says she's good, she's good. The court rules in complete favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed outright. That is my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Ebony has ruled in favor of the co-defendants. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed.
Don't text anyone else's girlfriend if you join another hockey team.
Okay, well, I hope I could find a team that appreciates Good Samaritans.
Okay, you're a manipulative psycho and we'll never see you again.
What do you guys think? Do you think it was a Good Samaritan action, or do you think that he was genuinely trying to get inside the relationship and have some mattress polo with the team captain's girlfriend? I feel like, in my opinion, that he was totally trying to pry himself in, and there's no real argument here. I think that, getting his money back, the main thing is this. He signed the contract, and the contract stated if you get kicked off the team for any reason, you don't get your money back. And he signed that. So whether or not he was breaching the contract, or he had Good Samaritan, reasons or whatever, he got kicked off. He doesn't get his money back because that's what the contract says. So I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts? And what would you do in the situation if you were, the girlfriend in this situation? Because I feel like she's kind of overreacting a little bit, but maybe some of you guys feel that you would react the same way. I'd love to hear it. Let me know.